In a shocking turn of events, a new player has just taken the lead in what we're calling AI World War I. AI2's latest model, Tülu 3405B, has come out of nowhere and outperformed both the controversial DeepSeek model and OpenAI's O1 on several major benchmarks. The AI wars began when DeepSeek, a Chinese startup, released a model that could match or even surpass OpenAI's strongest offerings for free, sparking a fierce rivalry. Then, Alibaba got in on the action with their Qwen 2.5 model, further escalating the competition. To make things even more intense, Microsoft and OpenAI accused DeepSeek of stealing their technology, adding a whole new layer of drama to the war. But now, with Tülu 3405B on the scene, it's clear that the stakes have been raised once again, and the battle is more heated than ever. Things are getting really interesting, and it's exciting to see where this war goes next. So, here's the breakdown. AI2, short for the Allen Institute for AI, is a nonprofit research organization based in Seattle. They are widely recognized for their cutting-edge advancements in natural language processing, NLP, and other areas of AI research. But this time, AI2 has stepped into the limelight by launching Tülu 3405B. The name itself gives away its scale: 405 billion parameters, an enormous model built to push AI reasoning capabilities to the next level. Historically, larger models tend to show superior reasoning abilities, and Tülu 3405B follows that pattern. What makes this model even more impressive is how it was built. AI2 reportedly trained it using 256 GPUs running in parallel, demonstrating the sheer scale of computing power involved in this project. But Tülu 3405B isn't just about size, it's also about accessibility. Unlike many of the powerful AI models being released today, Tülu 3405B is fully open source. Everything required to recreate the model, training code, data, and instructions, has been made freely available with a permissive license. AI2 is framing this release as a major win for the US, proving that America can still lead in cutting-edge open-source AI without depending solely on corporate-controlled AI labs. This release is part of a bigger conversation about the future of AI research. Many of today's AI breakthroughs are locked behind closed APIs and proprietary systems, making them inaccessible to the broader research community. Tülu 3405B aims to change that. But let's talk about the real question: performance. How does Tülu 3405B measure up? AI2 tested it against several well-known AI benchmarks, including PopQA, GSM-8K, MATH, and more. These benchmarks cover everything from knowledge recall and factual correctness to complex reasoning, mathematical problem-solving, coding abilities, and instruction following. And the results? Tülu 3405B outperformed both DeepSeek V3 and GPT 4.0 on multiple key tasks. For example, on PopQA, an evaluation dataset containing over 14,000 factual knowledge questions from Wikipedia, Tülu 3405B achieved a higher accuracy than not just DeepSeek V3 and GPT 4.0, but also Meta's Llama 3.1405B. Another place where Tülu 3405B truly shines is math tasks. On GSM-8K, a benchmark designed to test grade school-level math problems, Tülu 3405B actually achieved the highest performance among models in its class. This is particularly impressive because math is a weak spot for many AI models, especially if they haven't been explicitly fine-tuned for mathematical reasoning. If you want to try Tülu 3405B yourself, AI2 has made it super accessible. They've launched a chatbot web app that lets users interact with the model directly. For developers and researchers, they've also released the full codebase on GitHub and Hugging Face. Whether you want to experiment with it, modify it, or even integrate it with your own data, everything is freely available. It's all open source. Tülu 3405B didn't just appear overnight. It's part of the broader Tülu 3 family, which AI2 has been rolling out in phases. Before this, they had smaller models like 8B and 70B parameter versions, which were also instruction-tuned to match or even exceed some closed-source models. The latest 405B version is essentially AI2, pushing the boundaries of open-source AI to see just how far they can take it. One of the major factors that set Tülu 3405B apart is how it was trained. AI2 used a combination of advanced post-training methods, including supervised fine-tuning, direct preference optimization, DPO, and a novel reinforcement learning technique called RLVR, reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards. RLVR works by assigning the model tasks where the correctness of the answers can be definitively verified, such as solving math equations or following specific constrained instructions. The model receives a reward only when its solution is verifiably correct. This approach, applied at the massive 405B scale, seems to give Tülu 3405B an edge in tasks that demand high accuracy and precise reasoning. AI2 specifically emphasized verifiable outcomes for mathematical problem-solving and instruction following, making sure that instead of relying on arbitrary reward functions, the model is rewarded only when its responses pass a structured verification process. This helps prevent the AI from going off track or generating misleading answers, a common issue in large-scale language models. Scaling Tülu 3405B, however, came with significant technical challenges. Training a model with 405 billion parameters required 32 nodes and 256 GPUs running in parallel. AI2 also had to implement specialized distributed computing frameworks to handle the immense workload. Another key aspect was optimizing for large batch inference using VLLM, allowing them to perform parallel training and inference at scale efficiently. This isn't the kind of model you can just train on a single cluster over a weekend. It's a massive undertaking. For those who love comparisons, Tülu 3405B was tested against DeepSeek V3, GPT-40, LLaMA 3.1405B, and News Hermes 3405B. Across multiple benchmarks including MMLU for Knowledge, PopQA, and GSM-8K, Tülu 3405B performed exceptionally well, proving that open-source models can indeed compete with their closed-source counterparts. That being said, GPT-40 still holds a slight edge in some areas, occasionally tying or staying marginally ahead. However, the difference isn't massive, showing that the gap between open and closed AI models is quickly narrowing. Safety was another major highlight. According to AI2, Tülu 3405B outperformed DeepSeek V3, Llama 3.1, and News Hermes 3 in multiple safety benchmarks, particularly in rejecting harmful or disallowed requests. That's a big deal because open-source models often get criticized for lacking strong content moderation and filtering. But AI2 claims that Tülu 3405B handles safety concerns fairly well, thanks to a combination of specialized data curation and fine-tuning techniques. Speaking of data, the training pipeline behind Tülu 3405B is extensive. AI2 meticulously curated prompts and instructions from a wide range of open datasets, including synthetic data, real user interactions from sources like WildChat, and existing instruction sets such as FLAN v2. This mix of data sources helps the model develop strong generalization capabilities while maintaining alignment with safe and ethical use cases. One critical step in the process was data decontamination, a common challenge in AI training. If a model is trained on examples that later appear in its evaluation tests, it can artificially inflate its performance. To avoid this, AI2 carefully filtered out any overlap between the training and test sets, ensuring that the model's results truly reflect its reasoning abilities rather than memorization. Finally, reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards, RLVR, ensured that the model performed well on tasks where there's a clear right or wrong answer. This combination of methods resulted in a well-balanced model capable of handling diverse tasks, including math, reasoning, knowledge recall, coding, and general conversation, all while maintaining strong safety protocols. An interesting aspect of Tülu 3405B's training is its emphasis on precise instruction following. AI2 included tasks where the model had to generate exactly 3 paragraphs, adhere to a specific word count, or follow rigid constraints. If it failed to meet these exact criteria, it received 0 rewards. This strict reinforcement method helped shape Tülu 3405B into a model that closely follows instructions without unnecessary deviation. So, if you're looking for an AI that excels in structured responses and adherence to constraints, Tülu 3405B might be one of the best open models available right now. Another major point is that AI2 is taking a fully transparent approach with Tülu 3405B, setting it apart from other so-called open models that only release partial code or limited weight access. AI2 has shared everything: the training methods, preference datasets, chat templates, final instructions, and step-by-step implementation code. This means that anyone with the right hardware and expertise can replicate the model's results or even refine and extend them further. For those who want to test Tülu 3405B, it's available on Hugging Face, along with the full codebase and instructions. If you're not a developer or don't have the technical background to run it locally, AI2 also offers a web-based chatbot demo where you can interact with the model directly. They're encouraging users to try it out while it's fresh because, in the ever-evolving AI landscape, a new flagship model could emerge at any moment and shift the competition once again. And if you're curious about the name Tülu, it's actually a reference to a hybrid camel breed, a mix between a Bactrian camel and a dromedary. AI2 uses this as a metaphor for hybrid approaches in AI development, blending different techniques to create something uniquely powerful. So that's pretty cool. Overall, Tülu 3405B marks a major milestone for the open-source AI community. Especially in the US, AI2 is proving that large-scale language models don't have to be locked behind corporate paywalls. Instead, they're showing that it's possible to push the limits of AI research while keeping everything open for researchers, developers, and enthusiasts who want to experiment, improve, or build upon these models. By outperforming DeepSeek V3 on multiple benchmarks, Tülu 3405B adds an exciting layer to the ongoing global AI race. It's a clear example of how academic openness and high-performance AI development don't have to be mutually exclusive. This model is a direct challenge to the notion that only closed-source systems can lead in AI innovation. It also raises an interesting question. Can open-source AI eventually surpass the proprietary giants like OpenAI and Google? With models like Tülu 3405B making waves, that possibility is starting to feel more real. For those interested in experimenting with AI, there's never been a better time to get hands-on experience with such a powerful open model. Whether you're a researcher looking to test its capabilities, a developer hoping to integrate it into applications, or just someone curious about AI's rapid evolution, Tülu 3405B is worth checking out. The fact that it's freely available means anyone with the right setup can dive into large-scale AI research without corporate restrictions. And that wraps up today's breakdown. Tülu 3405B is shaking up the AI space. It's massive, it's performing exceptionally well across a variety of tasks, and most importantly, it's fully open source. If you're as excited about OpenAI as I am, definitely give it a try and see what it can do. If you found this insightful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps in bringing you the latest AI updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.